Hey, Skylar here from the Mint Change You Can Wear. So it's Thursday again, and that means question and answer time. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the questions that we had this week. So the first question I want to address that I got this week, and actually it was from a couple people, is how do you stop clad coins, non-silver coins, from turning your finger green? I've been wearing a large penny, like an older large penny, US penny, about the size of a presidential dollar, I guess now. And when I first started wearing it, it really turned my finger just crazy green for the first day or so. But after I wore it in, it more or less stopped from turning my finger green. And that's a pure copper ring, so that it's a whole lot worse than a clad coin would be. If you can tell, that's what it looks like now. I just took it off, and it barely shows any green at all on my finger. But if you still want to do something to make it completely stop, there's a couple different things you can do. The first one is use clear fingernail polish like that. So that's one method. And there's also something called jewelry sealer. And I have to tell you, it looks pretty much like that. I'm pretty sure inside the bottle is probably the same thing, but they just charge more for it. So you be the judge of that, I don't know. Also, this needs to be reapplied probably once every few days to every week or so. And so it's something that you're going to continually have to reapply. Another thing you can use that I found that works really, really well is Krylon, this clear glaze that they make. It lasts a whole lot longer than clear fingernail polish does. The only drawback with it is when it does need to be reapplied, because it will. Eventually it's going to need to be reapplied after a few weeks or so. You're going to have a hard time getting the old Krylon off. I was using brake cleaner. I don't know if anyone else wants to use brake cleaner, but it wasn't the best method to get it back off. At least with the clear fingernail polish, you can use fingernail polish remover. You won't have a problem. So the second question I wanted to address is, how do you keep the patina from wearing off of clad coins or silver coins? And that's one I really don't know how to address completely. If you have a really deep patina on the coin to begin with, that's a big help to keep it on for a long time. I know for me, I wear my coin rings every single day, and over a couple weeks sometimes it's totally gone or getting pretty worn out. And for me, when it gets to be that point, I usually just polish it with a polishing rag and call it a day. You can't always reapply the patina if you wanted to, but I don't like to personally because that wears the coin out more and more. The more you do it, the more it wears it out. If I find out some new method of keeping it on there, I'll definitely let you guys know. And the third question I wanted to answer this week, and it's all patina type questions this week, is some methods that we use for making that antique finish or that patina on clad coins, and I'm also going to cover silver coins too. My favorite thing to do with clad coins is leave this blackening on there that you get naturally when you torch the coins. When you're annealing coins, you're using the torch, they're turning black. And I find that stays on the coin a whole lot better than other methods do. Once you have this blackening on there, you take a little bit of this 4-0 steel wool that I like to use, and you just basically rub it. And that's going to leave the stuff in the nooks and crannies, darker, and it's going to lighten up the tops. And that's what I like to do. These are unfinished coins, of course. I'm making a bunch of Yellowstone quarters for when we're taking a family vacation out to Yellowstone. So if you guys see me out and about, I'll have some of these in my pocket to give away. So that was one method for clad coins. The other method I've used in the past is using gun blue, the cold blue. Sometimes Walmart will have it, or a sporting type store. And basically you just clean your coin after you clean it up, and then you brush on this super blue or regular gun blue, and it'll make a really, really dark finish. And then once you do that, you clean the thing off, and then you use this 4-0 steel wool just like I did the first time. And that works really good too. It doesn't stay on quite as well as the regular old annealing soot does, but it's not bad. It is a lot darker though, so there is one bonus to using this gun blue. When it comes to silver coins, what I love by far is this liver of sulfur. And this stuff does not work on clad coins. I wish it did because it comes out looking really, really nice. But on all silver coins, this is what I like to use. And I have me going over this method in one of my earlier videos, and I will link it in the description box below if you guys want to see a more detailed explanation of it. So when you're done making the silver coins, they usually look like this, tarnished up and kind of gross. And what I'll do from this point is I'll put it in some Sparex solution. And it's like an acid. And I heat it up in the microwave is what I do. I keep that Sparex mixture in this little coffee cup basically, and when I'm ready to use it, I'll take the top off of it, throw it in the microwave for a minute, and then throw all my silver coins that I'm wanting to clean up in there. Leave it in there for about 30 seconds or so. Pull it out, and then it'll rinse off and basically come out nice and shiny like that. So once they're cleaned up like that, I'll throw it into a liver of sulfur mixture. And basically how I do the liver of sulfur is I take a cup like that, I fill up about that far usually, throw in the microwave for about 30 seconds so it's nice and hot. Then I'll put a couple drops of the liver of sulfur in it, mix it up, and I usually hang them on things like this, these little hooks, so that way I could do multiple ones at the same time and then shake them around so that way it's going to be evenly black all the way around. So I leave it in there for a good 30 seconds to a minute or so, then pull it out, dunk them in some water just to get the stuff off of it, and do the same thing with a 4-0 steel wool. So once I get done antiquing them with the liver of sulfur, and then I hit them up with a 4-0 steel wool, I do the same thing with all of my rings as I use these jewelry wipes I get at Walmart. And this is what they look like. I get them at the jewelry counter over there. So that's about it for the question and answer this week. If you guys liked it and found it useful, definitely like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And check out my coin rings at www.changeyoucanwear.net. Alright, thank you guys and have a good one.